trying a new style of narration today, so tell me if you like it or I should go back to the old style. So anyways, this is battle against Eric off of my Skype, and we're doing an NU match, but he forgot that Quillfish was UU because of the recent tier changes, so he did bring it, but I didn't really mind. So anyways, I'm going to lead off my jump left, and I'm going to go for sleep powder, but it does miss unfortunately for me, which really sucks. But whatever, I'm just going to go for a U-turn after he does taunt, because that just wrecks my jump left lead. And I was pretty sure he was at Belair Spikes predicting my switch, and he does, so I'm going to go into my Life Orb Electrode, and I'm going to go for Thunderbolt. And basically, since I broke his sash with U-turn, I am going to be able to kill him with this Life Orb Thunderbolt. And that's awesome for me, and I'm pretty surprised he didn't switch, because he did have Ambrose, as you saw in the team viewer, which could have easily tanked that hit. But anyways, I'm going to take my Life Orb damage, and he's going to use his Bastion, and I was pretty sure he wouldn't EQ right off the bat, just because it's pretty early, and getting up rocks early would be awesome for him. So basically, I'm going to go for taunt, and he does go for Stealth Rocks, as I did predict, which is great for me. And I'm going to have to switch out here, because I'm fearing the Earthquake, and I'm going to go into my Jump Bluff to dodge the Earthquake, and he does go for Earthquake, which is really good for me because I've been making all the right predictions so far. So now I'm going to go for Sleep Powder, predicting the switch, or he could just stay in. It doesn't really matter to me either way. So now his Bastion is asleep, so just in case if he wants to switch, I'm going to go for U-turn just to get the switch advantage, as he does go into a Shelgon, which is an NFU, which recently did move up to NU, and I'm pretty interested as to why it did move up, and this battle probably, I don't know, shows some evidence as to why. Then again, he does have access to Dragon Dance, and it's pretty much a mini-Mens without the special stats. So anyways, I'm going to go into my Golem, and here my idea is he's probably going to switch. I mean, hell, I could be Bandit or Life Orb. Most Golems are offensive sets, but apparently he has the balls to stay in, and he goes for a Dragon Dance, as I do go for Stealth Rocks, because I wanted to get them set up, and I didn't think he would stay in. And this Golem has next to none attack EVs, and Shelgon apparently has decent physical bulk. So he doesn't have Earthquake, it's probably he can't learn it, or maybe he thought Brick Break would be better for coverage. But because he does have Brick Break and not Earthquake, fortunately enough for me, he won't be able to 2-hit KO me, which is great because now I can 2-hit KO him with Earthquake after Life Orb damage. So now I'm just going to go for Earthquake, because Golem is basically going to be fodder after I take the 2 Brick Breaks, and he got up his rocks, which is a great job for Golem. And he didn't have a spinner. I was pretty sure he wouldn't have one, just because, you know, I'm not even really sure. I was just pretty sure he didn't have a spinner, because most people don't really run spinners in NU. I mean, besides Sand Slash. So anyways, 2 Earthquakes later, his Shelgon is dead. I'm saying a lot because my speech impediment, which I had as when I was in the 2nd grade, is coming back. Actually, I have to go back to speech classes. So anyways, now he's gonna go into Cacturn here, and I was figuring he was just gonna kill me, so I just freaking hit a random button, and I went for a Toxic. And he's gonna go for Swords Dance. I mean, that was a pretty ballsy play, considering I could have went for Stone Edge, and since Cacturn has paper defenses and HP, I could have done a reasonable amount and just revenge killed him with any sort of priority, which is kind of common in NU with Aqua Jet, Extreme Speed, and Sucker Punch. But after leftovers, I'm going to be put right back at 79, so I'm deciding he's going to go for Seed Bomb. Basically, I have this whole like thought in my head. I'm going to go on a Jump Bluff, and he's going to go for Seed Bomb. I X4 resist this, so I'm going to take it. Then he's going to go for Sucker Punch, predicting my U-turn. So I'm going to go for Encore. Then I'm going to lock him into it. Now I'm going to switch it to my own Cacturn and set up a Swords Dance if he decides to stay in. And he's going to switch out actually as I go into Cacturn, which isn't bad because Cacturn, I was thinking, you know, whatever, could probably take anything on his team on. He got a Fire type, Rocks, Sucker Punch probably will KO unless it's like a Macargo. If he goes into a Water type or something that I can defeat, then that's great for me. But whatever, you know, Cacturn was just a good thing to go into. I'm looking pretty good to late game sweep. But he goes into Ambrose, and those things commonly carry Hidden Power Ice. And I was like, fuck. So I'm going to go into my Golem just to scout for Hidden Power Ice and basically as fodder. But he actually goes for Reflect, which was a pretty ballsy play because I do have Seed Bomb. And Ambrose only has modest defensive stats. Even with max HP, my Seed Bomb would have done an ass load as he set up the Reflect. Anyways, now he's going to make a big misplay and go for Light Screen, as I do get a Toxic up on his Premier wall. besides Bastiodon. So basically the toxic damage didn't really matter, but it's just that he let me set it up anyways. And that's because he doesn't have any of our ice or grass. So I don't know what optional move he had. And I guess here he predicted the earthquake or whatever, that jazz. And I think here I'm actually going to pull a switch. Yes, I'm going to pull a switch into my Dustox because that is my special wall of the team. And basically he's going to get into Charizard. And I'm going to go for a light screen, predicting it's just to be another special Charizard. And I didn't think he would have the Dragon Dance just because he had so many offensive setup Pokemon already. And I thought, like, 2 is enough. Hell, one is pretty much enough at that point, but going 2 is whatever. So, ESC has 3 setup Pokemon, and it's retarded. I mean, that's just not how you play standardly. I didn't think he would have it. But anyways, the Dragon Dance really catches me off surprise because I went for Light Screen, and that's basically going to fuck me over because I really don't want anything on my team taking a Flare Blitz. And Dustox isn't really useful at this point. So I'm just going to fodder off Dustox, which really sucks because I didn't get to do anything this game. Probably because I didn't name it Molly the Moth, who knows. And after all of that damage, he's nearly dead. He runs Life Orb plus Flare Blitz. And here, in my wildest dreams, I would have never, ever predicted the Roost from this Charizard. But he does make a great play. He predicts my Sucker Punch, and he does go for Roost. And in every case, whenever you're in a battle, you go for Sucker Punch and you fail, do not keep Sucker Punching. Your opponent will predict you to keep Sucker Punching. So here I go for Swords Dance because I know with the Swords Dance boost that I can KO him with Sucker Punch even at full health. But I forgot all about his Reflect. And here he makes a really baffling play. I mean, I really didn't have any way of beating this Charizard if he just attacked me this turn. Because his Reflect was still up and he probably would have lived, or maybe Recoil would have killed him off. I don't know, I'm not the judge of that. Anyways, his Reflect is going to wear off this turn because of his negligence. And I'm going to get off a Sucker Punch. And I am going to be able to O-Calm now that his Reflect is down. I don't know, maybe he didn't notice that his Reflect was still up. I don't know, sometimes I do tend to look away from my DS screen, so no disrespect to you, Eric. And that was Light Screen does wear off, and basically goes in the Bastiodon here, I guess just scouting to see if I really did have a fighting type move. And I know that Cacturne could cleave house at this point because of his earlier misplay with Charizard. And basically I'm thinking this is a good game. And I'm just going to go for Brick Break here with my Cacturne. And that is going to be able to OHKO to Bastiodon. And next turn he is going to go into Ampharos and he is going to run. So good game, Eric. And also if you've noticed that the quality is kind of different, I haven't used any color corrector settings. And after the battle, I'm basically going to show you like a small clip of the battle with color corrector on, and you can tell me whether or not if you want color corrector on or off in my battles. So, good game, Eric. I'll plug him in, link in the description, of course, as always. And now, here's the color corrector clip. So, basically, this is if you want me to keep using color corrector, just let me know. Basically, whichever one has the most votes, which will probably be like 2 or 3 or something. And I'll just stick with that. So, this is Jason saying peace out later.